Yeah, I don't know what happened, but for some reason my camera cut out and it wouldn't let me continue recording. So I guess this is part two. I did count and all the colors were there. So all three paintings, I give 5 stars. Good canvas, good print, sticky, all drills there, toolkits all there. So that is a plus. Now I'm gonna work on my husband's painting for a little bit and just kind of tell you about my week. On Monday, I got up and went to work, and it was just a normal day at work, like any other. And I get up at a little after 5. I have to punch in at 6, or by 6:05, and um, we're moving along like we always do. And then about, I think it was right around 10 in the morning, things started moving really slow. Like there was hardly nothing coming through the line. And lunch, because I didn't know what was going on yet, and on my lunch break, my husband usually goes on lunch at the same time. And I asked him if, let's call it harvest. I should explain. The big two departments where I work is harvest and fabrication. And he works in maintenance, so he's everywhere. Well, except for sausage downstairs because they have their own maintenance person. But I asked him on lunch if okay, well it's called harvest, but they call it the kill floor. It's basically where the cattle go in. And they get killed on the kill floor, obviously, and then they get moved into what we're supposed to have 3 coolers, or 2 coolers, and the other one's called the hot box. And the main hot box, which is the biggest one that they have, they cycle through on, a thing on the ceiling, and that's been down for, I don't know, a month or 2, and that's why we're doing all this overtime, because generally fabrication, which we also call boning, they usually just kill, or they usually only debone the stuff from the day before. That's cold because it's easier to cut. And since they've been down, we do everything from the day before, plus we have to do some of the fresh stuff that they do that day. Not all of it, but some of it, because they only have the 2 coolers to fill right now. So that's why we're stuck doing all this overtime, because the kill floor always works till 6. Always. They always do 12-hour shifts Monday through Saturday, unless for some reason we're closed on Saturdays. And usually during the summer we are closed a lot of Saturdays because cattle prices are higher during the summer than they are during the winter, because farmers and whatever, they want to fatten their cows up so they can get more money for them. They had a 3-week shutdown because of a mist knock. So the USDA shut them down, and the reason they got the mist knock was because it was a bull. Any mist knock that they got, it was a bull, because the bull's skull is so much thicker, it's harder to do it, I guess. I've never been on kill floor. I can't I have no desire to go on kill floor, so I don't exactly know how it works. I know they just have this big thing that they pull down and it's got some, well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, last week we had an issue where one of the coolers PA systems was like spraying some speckled something with the PA water that was coming out. And USDA saw it, shut us down. We had to cut up everything that was in the cooler. Plus, we had to go through all our combo boxes, which are these ginormous boxes that you could probably fit. Well, there's so much meat that goes into one of those boxes that it's worth, I don't know, 50 or $5,000, I think. Maybe it was 50. I can't remember. I know it's a lot. We had to go through every single box, every piece of meat, and cut off anything that would have been on that meat. It's horrible. Well, Monday we were moving all slow again, and somebody had said something about um, something was seen on the meat again. Well, I asked my husband because he works maintenance and he's on the kill floor a good chunk of the day trying to keep everything running. So I asked him about if at 11:30 if the kill floor was down because we were moving so ungodly slow, and somebody said they thought they heard that USDA saw something on the meat. And he said, no, we're still running. We've gone down for a couple minutes here and there. Okay, well, something's not right because we are moving super slow. It's miserable, and it's 30 some degrees in the room I'm in. So if you're not busy and moving, not that I get to move a whole lot, but at least my arms are constantly moving because I work at the very end of the line. Basically, the meat that isn't special order, that they are vacuum sealing and putting in boxes, comes to me. And there's a metal detector to my right, so if anything comes through that might have metal on it, gets detected, I pull it out. And then right after me, it drops onto another little conveyor that goes this way, and there's two combo boxes on each end. And when we fill one, I switch it to the other one, they pull that one out, get a new box in. Well, when you're standing up there and nothing's hardly coming through, one piece every few feet, it calls for kind of a long day. Well, then my husband came in and said that kill floor was getting shut down because the cooler was packed. And why they kept killing is beyond me when they knew we were going to have to go back through all this meat. So kill floor got shut down, and we had to go through and cut up all that meat slowly to make sure we got everything off of it. Then we had to go through all the combo boxes yesterday after we finished what we didn't finish on Monday. And we had to go through all the combo boxes with all the smaller chunks of meat that went in for hamburger, all the packaged stuff that they did, the special orders, because basically they think it's like little, I don't know, like rust particles. So we had to look for these tiny specks on this meat. It's very frustrating. And they're only fixing the one hot box, and they think this is coming from one of the other coolers. So it's like, are we going to have to do this every week from now until August? Or, so that was very frustrating. Yesterday I got ready for work, got almost to my car, and I noticed the dome light was on. It's like, oh great. I ran in the house because I don't usually bring my wallet anywhere, like to work. I don't bring it unless I'm going somewhere I'm planning on using it right away, and then I come home and I bring it back in. Well, I brought it to work because I knew my husband gave the rest of his cash to my dad when he picked up my daughter the other day because I didn't have any cash. So I was gonna I brought it with in case he wanted to get something to eat or something on our lunch break. from the gas station, and I ran in, didn't see my wallet where I always keep it. Crap. So I go back out to my car, and sure enough, my car had been rifled through. Passenger door was open, and my wallet was gone. I didn't have any cash in my wallet. I had a little bit of change. My debit card, of course, was in there, my driver's license, my social security card, and my daughter's because I needed it. When I went to Minnesota, I had to get her legal copy of her birth certificate for her starting school, and I just kind of forgot about it and never took it out. So her social security card, unfortunately, was in there. Was unfortunately in there, and of course mine, and then menial things that don't matter. A Hy-Vee Super Saver card, stuff like that. You know, nothing that is of any importance, really. And so I went and woke my husband up and told him what happened, and he told me to go on late because I, of course, had to get hold of the bank and everything. It's like, well, no. I said, you call the cops. I'm going to go to work. There's nothing I can do with the bank until they open, which isn't, until between 8 and 9. So on my 8:30 break, he had text me saying, well, you have to call the cops because it was your wallet and stuff that got stolen, so you need to do that on your 8:30 break instead. I said, well, no, I'm calling the bank on my break. No, I hadn't used my card yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. So I told him, I'm calling the bank, and I'll have to figure something out with the cops. So I called the bank and got my card canceled, and a new one is on the way. And then I talked to him about the whole cop thing, and I said, well, I don't know what to do because I don't know when I'm going to get out of here. It's probably going to be 6 o'clock like usual. I said, this was on my lunch break. I'll have to talk to Andy and Paul and see what time we're getting out of here today. So when I went in and I asked Paul, I said, well, what time are we leaving? And he said, oh, it'll probably be 5:30. Well, I have to stay at extra. So if everybody else leaves at 5:30, I leave at 6. If everybody leaves at 6, I leave at like 6:30 because I have to wait till everything goes through on that belt. And they have to push everything because people leave a big, huge mess and they don't clean up after themselves. So I have to wait for other people to come down and clean it up before I get to leave. It's kind of a raw deal, but it is what it is. So I told him, I said, well, I need to go to the police station and make this police report. I'd like to do it as soon as possible. So he let me leave at 4:30. Well, the cop thinks my car was probably like the 10th or 12th car that had been hit in the last couple weeks. And he thinks it's a kid because some of the wallets and purses and stuff that they found, it wasn't far from the person's house, thrown in somebody else's yard, basically. So they grab it out of your vehicle, they leave, and they start to rifle through it. They get what they want out of it, which is usually money, and then they toss it to the side. That makes it a little better because I'm a little less worried about the social security cards knowing that, but there's still no way. And I think whoever did it has been here before because last week on Monday when my husband got up for work, he noticed my mom has a bad habit of leaving her keys in the van. And this is just not a town you want to do that in because we have a work camp, part of the prison system, where they get to leave and go to work. And they can either take a cab, they can walk, or they can take one of the bikes at the jail or prison. So you never want to leave keys in your car here or anything or it unlocked because you never know who's going to get into it. I'm not too worried about that just because of the hours that I run. I'm not too worried about an inmate. If I worked overnights and slept all day and was here by myself, it'd be different. But anyways, so somebody had been in my mom's van. She didn't have anything in there, but her radio was on and her passenger side door wasn't shut all the way. And so her dome light was on. And when he left, it had no issues starting, so it couldn't have been on for very long because the battery it had no troubles at all turning over. So, and they left my passenger side door open too. So, yeah, that's my week so far. So hopefully it gets better. It's about 20 after 6. We got everything done at work yesterday, so the harvest started at 6, but we can't start at our normal 6 o'clock time because we need to wait till some of that meat gets into the cooler so it can sit and cool off a little bit before we can cut it. So we're starting at 9:30 this morning. So I thought I'd get up, do that unboxing for you guys, and work on my husband's picture. I'm getting close to being done. Just have that left. Oh, this left. My goal is to try and get it done by Sunday, or on Sunday. I won't get it done by Sunday, but on Sunday. It's my day off, so I'll get up at 5 if I have to, just to get it done. But yes, I will let you guys go, and I'm going to work on this picture for a couple hours before I have to head to work. I'll see you guys later.